So I'm about to put my Project Life cards into their pockets, and before I do so, I thought I would share with you guys. So my first title card of 2016, I'm so excited to be getting back into Project Life after a fairly big break. I mean, I haven't done any pocket scrapbooking since 2015, but even then I wasn't really doing it this way, this kind of everyday documentation type of approach. So I just put my title card very plain and simple. It says 2016, the Banksfords. I spelled out using, and that's just a combination of my name and my husband's name, and I just spelled it out using one of those embossing label makers, which I haven't used in so long. I used to use it all the time on my Project Life back in 2012, so I'm excited to use it again. And I used these stickers that are called hardcover. They were just in my stash. Love dipping into my stash. And then I just put a wood veneer star inside of the camera that was already on the card, and that's all I'm doing for that one. And then for the second card, it says Happy New Year, and I just spelled it out using the kids had these necklaces. Just taking it out of the garbage here. It looked like this, and they went around their necks, and I had bought 3 of them for the 3 kids at the New Year's party. And so they're kind of tacky, but I thought they were kind of cute, so I cut off the word happy and new and year. There were sort of like embellishments in between them, so I used my hot glue gun just to stick them on there. Before I did so, I just outlined around the photo, and the photo's just stuck onto a card, just plain and simple, pretty easy. And then for the journaling for that one, I just said we rang in the new year with the Stevensons. Love this tradition. And then I wrapped, this is the kind of like the long part of one of those noise makers. That's what it looked like right there. And I just cut off this part. And I used it to embellish right here and also right here. I just wrapped it around and stapled it in place. And then I glued 3 wood veneers that look a little bit like fireworks. And then I just used a Stampin' Up! Ink pen they're called Stampin' Write markers, and the color I used was Coastal Cabana. And then for this card right here, it's another card from the Jade kit from Becky Higgins, and I just cut this phrase off of one of the other cards, and then I sewed it in place with gold thread and put the photo on. And then my journaling right here just says, finally got an electric blanket. I got an electric blanket for Christmas. That's a picture of my cat all cozy up on the electric blanket. The blanket is just brown. It's not going to look very nice to just take a picture of the blanket, so I took a picture of the cat all curled up on it. And then I use this flare badge that says Peace, Love, Cats. Peace, love, and cats. I love that. And then I just did some journaling about New Year's Day. It was the 3rd, but it was sort of like our celebration of the day. So on the 3rd, we went to Jeff and Tanya's for New Year's dinner. It was because there was somebody in the family who was working on New Year's Day, so we couldn't do it on New Year's Day. It was so lovely to see the whole family and get caught up with them. Before we went, while Scott was at work, I dyed Liv's hair ombre brown to blonde. She was planning to color the tips from dark purple to light purple, but she liked the blonde so much she decided to leave it. I think she looks so grown up now, I don't even recognize her sometimes. And so I'm just going to put these 2 together in the pocket with this one above it in a flip pocket page, in a flip stick-on flip pocket. I think they're called flip flaps. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Going to use one of these photo flip pockets by Snap. So that's what I'm going to do with that. There we go. There. Just like that. And then this is just a filler card. It says Dream Big, and it came from a set of stickers by Cosmo Cricket. They're really, really old. There were a whole bunch of words and phrases. And it says Dream Big, and I just wrote in 2016. And then this is a wood veneer from the Scraptastic Kit Club that I never got a chance to use in the month that it came out. and it was from the This Life Noted kit, and I just loved it, so I hung on to it hoping that I would get a chance to use it at some point. And I think what I'm going to do is put little enamel dots all over it, but I could do that. Anyways, it'll come up in the pictures. I just forgot to do it before I showed it to you guys. This one is just one of the Jade cards with a print up from Olivia's Instagram, and I used a Heidi swap sticker that says Insta Love, and then I did some journaling here that just says Liv's new ombre hair, looks amazing. And then this one is another Jade journaling card, and it has that noisemaker wrapped around it, a picture of my mists on the little shelf, and this is a Heidi swap puffy sticker that says Love. And then this is a fairly old sticker from the Capture Life collection from Alison Kreft from Echo Park, way back, her first collection, I think. And it's just this typewriter, and it says, I resolved to read more in 2016, and then I put my goal down here as 12 books. I'm hoping to actually read more than 12 books, but I don't want to set such a lofty goal that I don't meet it. So I'm hoping to really smash that goal and read more than that. But like, I would really like to read 20 books in 2016, but in 2015 I only read 3 books. So I just feel like I don't want to set a goal that is too unreasonable. And so basically anything more than 3 I'll be happy with. But I set the goal of 12. I actually, today is January 7th, and I already finished a book. And I have another book that's halfway through because I read 2 at the same time. So, because I always have an Audible book in the car. Then this one is just a journaling card, and I used another one of those Alison Kreft stickers from the same sticker sheet. And then I used these little word stickers, phrase stickers that I don't even know who makes them. It says, I can think of nothing better than to craft all day, which is how I spent Saturday. It was such bliss. Thank you, family. Because my family made it happen, because they didn't make me go to Star Wars. So I know I probably would have enjoyed Star Wars. I'm going to get like hate comments for that, but I wasn't really excited about going to see Star Wars. I'm sure I would have liked it, but I'll watch it when it comes out on video. It says Scott took the girls to Star Wars while I crafted all day, and it's just stuck on a piece on one of the cards. So what I really love about these cards is that they're really beautiful all by themselves, and you don't have to do too much embellishing to have a page that looks pretty nice. I like this page. It's going to go into my Design F Becky Higgins page protector. I'm just going to pop it in right now. Maybe I'll take a couple pictures of it. So I went back and added some enamel dots, and I videotaped the process. I actually was trying to videotape the process for this whole spread, but I don't know what happened to the footage. I'm not sure if I accidentally deleted it, but I can't find it anywhere. It's not on the cards, and it's not on my computer, so that's why I just have a share video for this first spread of 2016. This doing this with this wood veneer piece really gives me a chance to use up a bunch of these enamel dots that I have. These are all enamel dots, most of which came in various kits over the years, and I just hang on to the extras every month. And so over the years, and for a while there, almost every month, the kits that I was getting included at least one package of enamel dots, and so I have a ton of leftovers. So this sort of an application is a really great chance to use them up. And I'm trying to use up my stash in 2016. Not use it up entirely, but I am trying to dip into it a lot more. And I think that Project Life is going to give me a good opportunity to do that, especially getting all of my Becky Higgins core kits used up a little bit. I think that will be a good challenge for me. So I'm going to come back and talk for a few minutes. Okay, so here's this card finished. I think it looks really funky like that. Ah, that makes a big difference. Looks great. I love it. So there is my first spread of 2016. How do you like them apples? I don't know what I was talking about there. How do you like them apples? Anyhow, again, I was planning on taping my process, and so this was going to be the last part of that process video. So I have it here, and I thought I would just leave it since I did go to the trouble of recording it. I will tell you something about this. So the noisemaker is what made that card a little bit too, or the paper from the noisemaker made that card a little bit too thick, or wide, I guess, not thick. And I will tell you something about cutting those noisemakers. They have a very fine wire in them that makes them curl up when they're not being blown. And that wire will damage your scissors. It did damage mine. My scissors were already damaged, so I didn't really care too much. But I thought I'd give you a heads up in case you have a noisemaker that you want to include in a project in the future. Beware that it puts a little ding in your scissors every time you cut it. Yeah, so I also had to trim the wood veneer piece, and I have a set of wire cutters that I usually use for that sort of a application. The wire cutters will cut the little tips and edges off of wood veneers very easily and without damaging your other scissors. But also it just kind of makes it a lot more of an even and clean cut than a pair of scissors. A pair of scissors kind of pinches it as you cut it. And I just added a sticker also from I think it was called Capture Life or whatever it was called, that sticker set that I was using. It was by Allison Craft. It was not Capture Life. It was something else. Anyhow, I did throw in a couple of stills. Sorry, this is a kind of a strange Ken Burns effect here. The rest of them I think are going to turn out a little bit nicer. I'm not going to be taking pictures with my DSLR of my project life for the most part this year. I find that hangs up my process a little bit, just taking the photos. And so because the whole philosophy of doing project life this year is to make it manageable and doable, I'm not going to bother taking the fancy photos because it's not for a design team or anything. It's just for myself. So I hope that you enjoy the photos anyways. Take care and have a really great scrappy week.